All right, so today we are going to find the mean, median, mode, and range of a set of numbers and talk about outliers. So get something to write with, something to write on, and you will need a calculator. We're going to be using a calculator to calculate all these different things. So first off, we got to refresh our memory on which is which. So the mean is the sum of all the values divided by how many data items you have. So the mean is when you add up all the numbers and then you divide by how many numbers you have. The median is when you put all the numbers in order from least to greatest, and it's the number that's in the middle. If you have an even number of numbers, there would be no true middle. So what you would have to do is add together the two numbers that are in the middle and then divide by 2 to find the number that's in the middle of them. The mode is the number that shows up the most. The range is the difference between the greatest and least values. So you'll subtract. Alright, so we are going to find the mean, median, mode, and range for this set of numbers. So they did not give me the numbers put in order, so my first step was to put them in order from least to greatest. So I did that already for you, and what you guys want to do is count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and make sure that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the same amount of numbers, you know, at the beginning and at the end, so you're not missing a number. So the mean is when you add up all these numbers and then you would divide by 8 because you have 8 numbers. So we would add together 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, etc. Add them up. 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 7 plus 8. And then you have to press enter so you can figure out what that equals. And that equals 30. And what you're going to do is divide that by how many numbers we have, and we have 8 numbers. So 30 divided by 8 is 3.75. So the mean, or the average, is 3.75. Okay, the next is the median. So the median is the middle number. So since we have 8 numbers, there's not a number that's truly in the middle. It's between 2 and 4. So sometimes you can just tell what's right in the middle of 2 and 4, and I can tell that that would be 3. But if you can't tell that, what you would do is add together the two numbers that are in the middle. And I know that some teachers have you go like this, cross off each until you get to the center. Okay. Then you add those together, that'd be 6, and then divide by 2. Because there's 2 numbers you added together, you're finding the average of those two. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Okay, the mode is the number that shows up the most. So I'm looking to see what number shows up the most. And I can see that 2 shows up the most. There's 3 of them. So my mode is 2. Sometimes there's no mode. Every number shows up the same amount. And sometimes there's more than one mode. If there's more than one, then you would list all those numbers. The range is the biggest number minus the smallest. So it would be 8 minus 1, which is 7. 8 minus 1 is 7. Okay, so that one is 7. Okay, next thing you need to know is when is the mean, the median, or the mode the best or the most useful measure to really describe how the data is spread. So this is important. You'll need to write this down. The mean is most useful if the data is spread evenly and there are no outliers. And I'll explain what an outlier is in a second. The median is the best if there is an outlier. And the mode is the best if they're trying to figure out what shows up the most, like an election result, who got the most votes. Okay, so an outlier is when you have an outlier is an extreme value that doesn't match the rest of the data. So here's an example of these numbers are all kind of over here. Then you have this number that's way over here. There's a big space between it. So when there's an outlier like this, or more than one outlier, like a couple, then the median would be the best way to describe the data. So here we go. We've got a line plot that shows the number of dollars each of the 10 members of a cheerleading team raised in a week. So 4 team members raised $15. 2 of them raised $20, etc. Which measure of central tendency, these are measures of central tendency right here, mean, median, and mode. Which measure of central tendency best describes this data? Justify your answer. So first I'm looking to see if there's an outlier. So I've got numbers here, there's red, there's more over here. Nothing is glaringly different than the rest. It's kind of, you've got some, and then a little bit of a break, but then there's more. So there are no outliers. If there are no outliers, the mean is the best. The way I justify it is that I said there are no outliers. That's my justification. I don't need to find the mean. They're just asking me which one is the best. All right. Now let's calculate how the mean, median, and mode changes when I keep the outlier there and when I take it out. Okay. So Sarah took some tests and she got 55, 88, 89, 90, and 94 on these tests. We're going to identify the outlier and then we're going to see how the outlier affects the mean, median, and mode. Okay. So we're going to keep the outlier as 55 because the rest of these are in the high 80s and 90s. So 55 is the outlier. Okay, I've identified it. I'm going to keep it in my data and I'm going to find the mean, median, and mode. To find the mean, I'm going to add up all these numbers and figure out what that equals. So 55 plus 88 plus 89 plus 90 plus 94. And I got 416. And now I'm going to divide that by how many numbers I have here. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. So divide that by 5. So my mean is 83.2. My median is the middle number. So this number is in the middle. That'd be 89. The mode is the number that shows up the most, and all of these numbers show up once, so there's no mode, or none. Now what I'm going to do is take that outlier out and see how that affects these numbers. So now I'm not going to use 55. No more. Now I'm going to find the mean. So I'll add up 88 plus 89 plus 90 plus 94. So that's 361. And I'm going to divide that by 4 because now I only have 4 numbers. I took out one of them. The outlier. That would be 90.25. The median is the middle number, so it's between these two. So I would add these together and then divide by 2. So 89 plus 90 equals, divide by 2. And that would be 89.5. And there's still no mode. None. Okay, so when I had an outlier, it's supposed to be that the median is the best way to measure, to describe the data. So if I look at the difference between the mean and the mean when I have the outlier versus when I don't, these are about 7 away from each other, 83 versus 90. The median is much closer. The median is 87 versus 89.5 if I have the outlier versus not having it. That's why the median is the best way to describe the numbers when there's an outlier, because the median isn't affected as much as the mean is when you take the outlier out. So you would say, how is it changing? Well, the mean increased by about 7 points, and the median increased by only 2.5. So the median is a better descriptor. Okay, that's the same thing. Okay, one more problem. So I have these numbers, 7, 9, 6, 4, 3, and mystery number. And if I find the average or the mean of these numbers, the mean is 5. How do I go backwards and figure out this mystery number? Okay, so write these numbers down, and to find the mean, what you do is you add together all the numbers. But one of these numbers, we don't know what they are. It's a mystery. And then I press equals, and when I get my answer, I divide. And I'll divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I have 6 numbers, and then that would give me an answer of 5, a mean of 5. If I want to go backwards and find this mystery number, I'm going to rewind this equation and do the inverse. Instead of, okay, well first I added, and then I divided. So I want to do that backwards and multiply by 6, and then subtract these numbers. So instead of dividing by 6, I'm going to multiply by 6. So that would be 30. Okay, undone some of it. I've multiplied by 6. Now, instead of adding all of these numbers, I want to subtract them. So I'm going to subtract these numbers. I'm going to add them up first and then subtract them. So 7 plus 9 is 16, plus 10 plus 3 is 29. So I'm going to subtract 29. So what would be left for that mystery number is 1. So let's check and see if that's right. If I add up all of these numbers and press equals, I would get 16 plus 10 plus 20, that'd be 30. And 30 divided by 6 is 5. So my mystery number is 1. Okay, you guys try this one. Pause the video, and I'll show the answer soon. Your numbers are 7, 10, 11, 6, and mystery number. And the mean is 8. Find that mystery number. Okay, so I would add all these up, and then I would divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because there's 5 numbers, and that would equal a mean of 8. So I'm going to go backwards and multiply by 5. That would give me 40. And then I'm going to subtract. So I'll subtract 7 plus 10 plus 11. And that equals 34. So I'll take away or subtract 34. And what's left is 6. Did you get 6? If you did, you're awesome. So let's check it. 17 plus 17 plus 6 equals 40. 40 divided by 5 is 8. Alright, that's it.